Welcome back to the Pulse of Spokane. I am joined by Sarah Carlson, the founder of Fulcrum Financial. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good. You have any trouble getting here? A little off to the side?
I went to the west side of Buckeye first before coming east. So, yeah, but great to get out, be back in this neighborhood.
Oh, yeah, it's probably great to get out. Everybody's been locked inside.
Yeah, definitely.
So you are the founder of Fulcrum.
Yep, Fulcrum Financial Group. I founded the company about 22 years ago.
22 years. That's a long run.
It is a pretty long run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What kind of work do you guys do for everybody? And it's probably, financial advising, but what else?
Yeah, well, we give innovative, honest, caring advice, and we've been at this where we've seen so many ordinary people live extraordinary lives. So we have wealth management and financial planning services, and we are in the independent space, which means we're fiduciaries and represent our clients' best interests.
Fiduciaries. Can't say I'm familiar with the word.
Fiduciary, yeah, that's where you have to put your clients' interests ahead of yourself versus a lot of the financial industry are salespeople, and they're representing like a bank or an insurance company.
Oh, no wonder I haven't heard of the word. It's not common.
It'll probably become more common because of Reg B is going into effect, in fact, today. So the industry is going through some transformation of more disclosure that way, so you understand exactly how your financial people get paid in the process.
Well, that's good to know. I would hope when it comes to working with money that, you'd be upfront with the person whose money you're handling.
Absolutely. That is paramount, is full disclosure and information. Yep.
Yeah, well, if it's my money at stake, I want to know what's going on. I don't want to, as much as, you probably know a lot more about money than I would, I still, want to have some control over, or at least know what's going on with everything. So it's great to see that there's a company out there who's actually, upfront with everybody.
Absolutely. And we help with overall strategy, and there's nothing in the financial universe that we can't help our clients with. So whether stocks, bonds, managed money, you name it, we're able to help them. We're able to charge just a fee to do planning. We have a lot of flexibility in our structure.
So it sounds like you guys do things kind of different to a lot of other companies, obviously with your upfront nature and everything. So 22 years ago when you were getting Fulcrum started, what kind of gave you the motivation to get going with that?
Yeah, so financial services as a whole is pretty male dominated. So about 10% of the industry is owned and operated by women, and so it has been more of a pioneering process. Really wanted to live in a world that helped, that just didn't help the rich get richer, really helping being more inclusive and diversified. And so we really have made a name for ourselves here in Spokane because we have a team of 6, and we really customize and help small business owners and professionals with their individual planning.
Getting everything to be diversified with women and I assume other groups as well, especially now with all the protests going on, that's quite a big deal in society, getting everything to be more equal out there, because I know for a long time you say it was a male-dominated, it's probably still is a male-dominated profession. It's, it's paramount that we start to get things to be a little more equal.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of opportunity for women in financial services, and want to encourage more women into the field. I personally have been in the industry since I graduated from Yale University and have raised 4 kids and been in the Spokane community. And it's an industry that needs other women that want to make a difference. And so hopefully we can be a role model for other young professionals, entrepreneurial people.
Well, at least I know I can trust you to know what you're doing, especially coming out of Yale. That's quite the place to get into.
Yeah, it is. It's a difficult school. I was an economics major, and then after school, I was an analyst for a year and started in the industry, in the insurance industry, and then went out on my own and formed Fulcrum Financial Group in 1997. So in addition to college education, I have a variety of securities licensed. I'm a chartered financial consultant, a chartered life underwriter, and a certified financial planner. So those are all continuing educational degrees in the industry.
Sounds like you've done quite a bit.
I do. I love it. I'm passionate about it.
Hey, I mean, if you're passionate about what you do and you love doing it, you'll never work a day in your life.
That is so true. I feel very blessed to one of the when I have downtime and I'm at the beach and I'm hanging out, I like studying economic information. That's probably sad, but very true. I love following the market and knowing what's going on.
Hey, everybody's got their little niche, you know. Everybody's got something that, you know, they enjoy doing. You can't really judge somebody for what they love.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So 22 years. I'm not even that old.
You're not even 22 yet.
I'm 19.
Yeah.
So you've been around longer than I have.
I have.
Yeah,
I've been in
Fulcrum's
the
been around.
industry for a long time. Yeah. So, well, one thing that's been interesting is with this pandemic and economic turmoil, and being financial services, we're an essential business. So we have been processing probably about 400 times what we normally do during this time. So it's very unnerving for people when things are changing and they want to know why. So we've really tried to lean in with communication, and we've upped our game with doubling capacity of meeting people, and technology has been really helpful, doing a lot of Zoom meetings, helping to educate our clients on how to operate technology and giving them more timely information as they need it.
Yeah, the financial side of things is definitely something people haven't really focused on with Corona out there. It's not something you hear about a whole lot. It's brain fart. So the financial side of COVID is probably something people don't focus on a whole lot. So it's good to know that there are people out there to help everybody. Because obviously, with people making less money, the stimulus checks having to come out, people are having less money than they're used to. So having people that can help them be like, hey, here's how to kind of handle this. That's probably really fulfilling. I would assume you'd be able to help people in this time.
It is really fulfilling. It's, there's been so many other times that we've been through turmoil, although not to the same extent that we are now. But we have had other patterns of behavior that we anticipate will follow through in this situation as well. But back in March, the market dropped very fast.
Yeah.
About 30%. And if you're someone that's getting ready to retire, or, looking at your 401k account, it can be very upsetting when you work so hard and suddenly you see how volatile. So it's really important that people have an overall strategy that fits their time horizon and risk tolerance in helping to build a customized plan. And that's what we do. And that's where it's been really helpful to guide people through. So our clients are in a position to really thrive and take advantage of this situation, but we've planned for it, because this is not going to be the last time a crisis comes up. Last time was 2008. I mean, there's always going to be different changes that happen, and it's important to have an overall game plan so you and your family can be protected. So you, being as young as you are, you make an excellent time to get involved and start saving and learning some of that knowledge base, because that's how you build true wealth, is starting young and being consistent and having an overall game plan. So come in and talk to us.
Oh, that sounds like something my mom hounds me about saving. And I know you're watching, Mom. I'm calling you out on that one.
That's good. Smart woman.
Yeah, well, she does work at a school, so... what advice for young people like myself, or even just anybody, can you give, kind of a quick little, hey, if you're not doing this, you might want to think about it?
Yeah, so one of the challenges I see of people of all ages is they'll take long-term money to solve a short-term money problem. Don't do it. It's not worth it. So for people that maybe are laid off and, really want to commit to buying a new car or thing, and they don't have money except in their retirement plan, don't raid your retirement to buy that piece of metal. If you can avoid that basic mistake, instead, choose to treat yourself as the bank for the small term problems. Stay out of personal debt, because even if interest rates are low, if things happen and you don't pay that loan back, well, guess what? The bank comes and takes your home, takes your car. You don't want to get into that giant sucking sound of debt. That would be, as a young person, I would highly recommend that you live within your means, practice delayed gratification, and systematically pay yourself first. You know, the way you can think of, and maybe your mom would agree to this being an educator, but if you save yourself, you should look at that as a form of self-respect. It's a way that you create options for your future.
Yeah.
So you can get into that house you want to buy. You can go on those educational opportunities for your significant other and kids. You know, it creates opportunities.
Yeah, I can imagine that dipping into your 401k or in retirement, you know, dipping into it now is probably a bad idea for the long term.
It is. It just sabotages your future.
Yeah.
And your future's too important to ignore it.
Most definitely. So back on the COVID thing, I know with a lot of people, there's probably still people out there who aren't going out nearly as much or even probably still at all as they might used to. Is there a way they can reach out to Fulcrum without having to go anywhere?
Yep, you sure can. You can through our website, www.fulcrumfinancialgroup.com, and you can send us a question. I also have I write original content. Blog is posted there. I'm always interested in what people want to read about. I'm do a lot of blogging about fear and money and overall strategies, so people can make changes and meaningful impact for the long term.
Well, it sounds like this conversation has been more directed towards everybody, but also myself, because I've learned quite a bit talking to you, and I'll have to keep an eye on my bank account a little more than I normally do. It's been wonderful having you on. Is there any last statements you want to make sure that everybody knows about?
Just really want people to be thoughtful, kind to others, and take care of yourself and your community. We're all worth it.
Everybody is worth it. Well, that'll do it for this segment of The Pulse. It's been wonderful having you all here. It's been wonderful having you here. I will catch you next time, everybody. Bye.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching. Ask the host a question, recommend a guest, or check out any of our other programs on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or SpokaneTalksMedia.com. Sponsored by Local 29 Firefighters Union, Well Dressed Walrus, and Homes for You.